1565, a tiny island in the Mediterranean. 6,000 defenders, 40,000 attackers. Outnumbered, outgunned, yet ready to make history. This is the Siege of Malta, a story of courage, strategy, and determination against overwhelming odds. The Knights of St. John, also called the Hospitallers, were a military religious order formed during the Crusades to protect Christian pilgrims and fight Ottoman expansion. By 1530, they had been given Malta as their base, a small but strategically vital island between Sicily and North Africa. Malta was more than a fortress, it was a symbol. For the Knights, it represented their mission to defend Europe. For the Ottomans, it was a key to dominating the Mediterranean and threatening Europe itself. In May 1565, the Ottoman Empire sent one of its largest armies ever assembled, around 40,000 soldiers, including elite janissaries, cavalry, and heavy artillery, to capture Malta. Facing them were only 6,000 defenders, knights, soldiers, and Maltese civilians. The odds were staggering, but the defenders had something the Ottomans underestimated: determination, clever defensive tactics, and an intimate knowledge of the island's terrain. The Ottomans' first target was Fort St. Elmo, a small coastal fort crucial for controlling access to the island. For over a month, the Knights held their ground under constant bombardment and repeated attacks. Supplies ran low. Soldiers were exhausted. Yet every day, the defenders repelled the enemy. The fort finally fell, but its defense had bought critical time for the rest of Malta to prepare. After St. Elmo, the Ottomans turned to Birgu and Medina, expecting a swift victory. But Grand Master Jean Parisot de Valette had other plans. He fortified walls, organized counterattacks, and inspired both knights and civilians. Civilians played a crucial role. They dug trenches, manned defensive positions, and supplied the fighters. Each day became a test of endurance, strategy, and courage. Small victories, repelling attacks, defending key positions, turned the tide slowly, proving that even a smaller force could hold against a larger one. Within the chaos of the siege, countless acts of bravery emerged. Knights risked their lives to repair walls under fire. Civilians smuggled supplies to front lines, sometimes paying with their lives. De Valette himself led sorties to strike Ottoman positions, showing leadership that inspired his men and frustrated the enemy. Even a single cannon, strategically placed, could repel waves of attackers. Every decision mattered. Every small action contributed to the larger fight. As months dragged on, the Ottomans began to tire. Food shortages, disease, and stubborn resistance wore down their forces. De Valette's careful management of resources, clever defense of forts, and morale-boosting leadership kept the defenders strong. By late August, the Ottomans, facing mounting losses and dwindling supplies, were forced to retreat. Malta had survived. The victory was monumental. A tiny island had repelled one of the largest armies in the world. Europe breathed a sigh of relief. Malta remained a strategic stronghold, and the Knights' reputation as defenders of Europe was cemented. The siege became legendary, a story of courage, resilience, and strategy, a reminder that preparation, determination, and unity can allow the few to overcome the many. The Siege of Malta shows that numbers aren't always decisive. Strategy, courage, and unity can triumph against overwhelming odds. History remembers the Knights' last stand as a testament to human resilience, a battle that shaped the course of Europe forever. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe for more legendary battles, historical heroes, and epic tales from the past.